Welcome to the Talk with Clads podcast. Your host is Kadianne, an island girl on a journey with her guests to learn about their backgrounds, businesses, passions, experiences, life lessons, and wins. Come and laugh, cheer, learn, and plan with us. My friend, take some time to come and talk with Clads.
Welcome to Talk with Clads. My name is Kadianne and I'll be your host today. I am joined by the Forbes clan, aka my siblings. So let me just introduce you guys. I have Shernette, Damien, Tashana, and Adrian. How you doing, guys?
Hey, we're good over here.
What's up? Good. We're doing pretty good.
Man, you guys sound super stoked. Yo, wagwan, love, yeah. Right? Just get excited, right?
I'm excited.
I am excited. Wagwan.
Damien, I can tell you guys can't see his face right now, but he is looking like, what the hell is this girl gonna say out of her mouth? But I'll be good. So I am going to, because you are just learning about Clads and our journey. So I am taking you on my journey with my family members. So we've always known about each other, and my sister Shernette and Tashana actually have been instrumental in just keeping everyone in contact. I know Tashana, you talk to me, Shernette, Damien, and me, and Max, me and you. So, and Adrian, by the way, in Jamaica, you have two different names. You have your regular government name, and you have what we call a pet name. So for me, it's Kay. For Damien, it's Sean. For Shernette, it's Sophia. Adrian, it's Max. And Tashana, what's yours? Tosh. Tosh, Meg, I need you for talking on the mic. Yeah.
Tosh.
So we're doing this. Tosh, darling. Tosh, yes. So, as I said, we all knew about each other, but we really never connected. And this is our official introduction. I mean, you guys met in December, but I mean, for all of us to be together, who can be together, that now we're, kind of just meeting each other's company. So as a group, like, what would you say was your first impression? And I want you to be as candid as possible. So I'm going to start with Shernette. What would you say was your first impression?
The first impression of each other or the group?
Each other and also as a group.
Okay. Well, my first impression of Kadianne, I was trying to find her for so long, and then basically find her on Facebook and stuff. So my first impression of Kadianne, we text, like, we would like each other pictures. I would like your pictures, but my first impression was she's not very talkative. Yeah.
Boy, did she get that wrong.
No, at first, my first impression was like, oh, she's not a talkative one. So I gotta go into her and make sure she talks a lot, or I got to open the conversation to make sure she talks to me. So my first impression was like she's converse or I don't know the word, but she's
just be natural.
Yeah.
Don't worry about words right now.
Yeah, she's converse of herself, and we have to make. My first impression was like I have to make the first move. Okay. For the conversation to go on.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. What about your other siblings? Because I'm not the only one that you in a long time.
So, Damien, oh my God. My first impression of Damien, we grow. I remember we've grown together we lived together for a while, and we lose touch for over 30-something years. Aye. I remember when Tash said, because I was searching for my brother so long, I searched for Damien, I searched for Sean just to find him. And when I do finally find him, my sister Tash said, happy birthday, bro. And I was like, what? But I didn't even realize, because sometimes I don't read that with understanding, you know what I'm saying? But he sent me a friend request, but I didn't really read with understanding. So when I see Tashana said, okay, happy birthday, bro, I was like, what, bro? The one that I was trying to find so long. So I sent him a message and I said, is this Sean? I put your name for like Damian Forbes, or I said Sean because that's what I know you as, right? And I said, Sean. Okay. And he said yes. And I was like, okay. And right away I picked the phone up because I'm not into texting right now because he's my brother that we grow up together. And it's like my first impression it was like where we left off. We just caught up right away because we grow together. We go through so much shit together. So it's not like we just pick up where we left off. Yeah, it was just a natural feeling for me and Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Max, Max is kind of quiet. But he's the brother that, like, he's a brother that is going to be there for, you know what I mean? I don't have really a bad experience or nothing at all with Max. It was just natural. Yeah, we talk, we just say hi. And yeah, there was nothing to drop off, nothing missing. It's just that we don't spoke regularly.
Okay.
Yeah, but we have a connection. And Tash, man, Tash is like a sister that I always steal her slippers because Dad never buy me any. Dad buy Tash all the slippers all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So every time I go there, I would say, Tash, can I borrow your slippers? So we have a connection. We never lose touch. You know, we live in the same house, we grow together and stuff like that. So we have a sisterly band right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. Damien, what would you say is your first impression so far?
Oh, well, my first impression with everybody, I mean, I love the connection with everybody. I have a different connection with everybody. I have a different experience with everybody. And, I could break it down to every experience to the T because I'm really enjoying the moment, getting to know everybody. Like I said, when I was being raised in North Miami, I had no interest in knowing my other side of the family, which everybody know, right? Because we had these conversations. So, when it was through the pandemic, we was going through a change in business. And I remember the first time I seen the first Facebook, because I never had social media for about 30 years. And I seen the first message. And I got a message from some guy. I didn't even know who this guy was. His name was Adrian, right? So I got a friend request and I accepted the friend request. And I'm like, I figured somebody I hooped with or played ball with.
Yeah.
I never did I think, that was a sibling. And then I got another message from Tashana. It says Tashana Forbes. And the message was like, I'm looking for my brother. And I'm like, maybe she said we could be brother, right? That was it. We could be brother. And I was like, yeah, we could be. Who was your dad? And she sent me his name. So I was like, oh, my exact response was like, oh shit. Remember? I said, oh shit. We could be brothers and sisters for real. That was my response. So I text her back, oh shit. I said, send me a picture. So she sends me a picture. And I was like, oh shit, that's my dad for real,
Yeah.
So right there, I was like, damn, that's crazy. So right there, I was open to learning more and wanting more and, connecting with the other side of my family. So that was good. I never met Max. At this point, I never seen Max in my life. I didn't even know I had a brother named Max, Adrian. That was totally lost in my life. I didn't know. So, me and Tosh started talking. And we talked for days and days, and Tosh would not stop talking. so we just kept talking, right?
Yeah.
So Tosh, me and Tosh had a bond right away. Like, from the instant that we just started catching up. Because I remember Tosh as a baby, like when she was in crib. So we automatically started talking. Then, Tosh sent me Shernit on Facebook, and I sent Shernit a friend request. I didn't hear from Shernit for about 2 weeks? About 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah, 2 to 3 weeks, yeah. So then Shernit sent me a message on my birthday. And she was like, Sean? I'm like, yeah, Sean. She's like, Sean from, and I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. And, we started right away. We got along, like we never left a beat. It's so funny that we missed so many years.
Yeah.
And it still feels so organic and feels so natural. You know what I mean? That's a great feeling. So, and we, the relationship kept coming. Tosh and Shernet started telling me about all the siblings, Monique. I'm like, yo, I'm coming to Jamaica.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I'm coming to Jamaica. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm coming to Jamaica. I go to Jamaica. I meet everybody. We had a blast. We only had really one day together throughout the whole trip.
Oh.
With all of us together, one day. So it was good. Right? So, yet I still didn't know about Kadianne. how crazy is that? You told me, but I didn't know, I never spoke to her.
Yeah.
We never talked. I found out about Monique. I got 1 more minute, so let me make it quick.
Well, you can just converse.
Yeah, so
this is a conversation.
So when I met, I find out about Kadianne. I'm like, okay, we spoke FaceTime. All of a sudden, Shirley just FaceTime everybody.
Yeah, she sure did.
I'm driving. I'm like, Shirley, I never met Kadianne. She's like, oh yeah, hold on. Like, damn, Katie.
Yeah, she FaceTime.
Let me get a haircut first. You know what I mean?
She sure did.
Yep. So Kadianne pulled over, started talking. That was the first conversation I ever had with Kadianne, right?
Yep.
And I was like, my first response was right away when I met Kadianne, I was like, she's intelligent. She's very, what should I say? You could tell she have a foundation, which was great. Yeah. And that was the end of the conversation. That's exactly what I told her. I said, I'm happy you're doing great in life because we don't know where our relationship was going at the time. So that was my first, I want to let her know, like, I'm happy you're doing well. So that was my first experience with Kadianne.
Yeah.
This is my first experience with Max.
Ooh.
Right now, this is our first experience.
Got a back.
What?
And this dude broke my back.
What?
No, I did too much. Okay, listen, I'm gonna pass on. We could talk more, but I'm gonna give somebody else a chance.
Yeah.
I have too much to say.
Well, that's good. That's what the podcast is about. Tashana, come. What's your first?
Good night, everybody. Well, my first experience, I'm gonna start off first. Oh yes, my name is Tosh. First experience with Damien. It was kind of nerve-wracking because we've been searching all this time for Sean, aka Damien, right? And Max sent me a picture. Tosh, look at this person. Yeah, what? Him not look like Sean. I'm like, yeah, he does. So I said, send him a message. No, you do it. So I said, all right, I'll go ahead, and I sent him a message, and he responded, and we started talking, as he said earlier, the conversation, what it started and how it ended. And I'm like, okay, the excitement started kicking, and get back to Max. So Max, I found Sean, and we started conversating over the phone, and I was actually in New Jersey at the time. Well, following the meeting, the conversation over the phone, and he said, why not? If you're in New Jersey, why you don't come across? And I'm like, okay, all right, I'll come for the 2 or 3 days, whatever. And, we didn't stop talking after that.
Aww.
Yeah. So he was an additional brother to the crew, So get to understand that there's another brother by the name of Fabian. And, wanted to meet everybody, but reasons being I couldn't meet Fabian at the time.
Okay.
Anyways, next is Shernet. Well, Shernet is always Shernet. We have always known Shernet. All our lives we've known Shernet. She comes to Jamaica, she visits. Shernet is our big sister. Max just the same. Grew up with Max.
Yes, same household. Same household. So they're full siblings.
Full siblings, yeah. The little big brother. And last but not least, Kadianne.
What? Save the best for last. That's what was
Yes, save the best for last.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh well, Kadianne. I've known Kadianne over the years, but we have not spoken like straight. You know, we link each other every now and then and we chat. And, you know, this is our first official meeting since way back when.
In all honesty, I think this is our first meeting.
Yes, and I do appreciate this meeting. And I mean, I know she talks a lot, yeah, Kadianne.
She tried to get to know
and her mouth has no filter.
I would say that's a small filter. What do you think?
No filters there. She speaks her mind, and she's a great person overall. Very kind, well put together.
I try.
Yes, very pretty.
Well, that too.
Yes, I must say the Forbes family we are
confident.
Very confident, yes.
Small line.
Yes. So
confident.
that's it.
Yes.
On to Adrian.
AKA Max.
Big Max.
So hello.
Hey.
This is Adrian Forbes, aka Max.
Coming to you from.
Right. So my first impression of my siblings, the energy was crazy. I can tell you that. It was organic, and I love that. Everybody has a different personality, but we find a way to blend it, you know, and made the energy like crazy. As far as the individual experiences and impressions, you know, I grew up with Tashana. I've known her for 32 years, going on 33. She's always been that little big sister that I have. You know, we've had some experiences. We fought, we laughed, we went through a lot of struggles. But yeah, we've been through it. She's always been there. I've always been there for her. So I appreciate her.
Aww. So sweet.
Shernet, I always knew Shernet. She always been by the house. I remember in Pop's Pass, she was there for a couple of weeks, and I had some time. I got the opportunity to spend some time with her, and I really enjoyed having her around. So that was pretty good. I know she's a big sister we could always look up to and lean on.
Yeah.
Kadianne. Kadianne is like that annoying little sister. I'm kidding, man. She's that annoying big sister.
Yes, I am.
She keeps you in check for real. She makes sure you're on your A game every time, and I can appreciate that. For Damien, yeah. As for Damien, man, I'm sorry about the bat, bro. We played 2 games today. He only lasted 1.5. I let him win the second game. That's my big bro. I gotta let him win. Gotta boost his confidence.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it worked.
And it worked.
Let's make that clear.
Now he got a bad back. He's out for 2 weeks. I'm sorry, wifey. But overall, though, the experience has been good so far. I'm kind of quiet because I like to sit back and observe, so I can know how to deal with people, personality, the individual. I like to sit back and take notes, and then I can start warming up and talking, and know how to talk, how to relate to you, because I don't want to over push it, and I don't want to seem too standoffish. So if you see me sitting back, I'm just observing because all this is new to me. So I'm just soaking it up all in. And to be honest, I'm completely 150% happy that we made this bond because
Amen.
Because I could already feel the support system. I was talking to Damien earlier and I was like, bro, if we had made this connection back in the days when I was graduating college, I probably would have chose a college in Florida instead of going to Auburn, because I knew I had a support system out here rather than doing it all by myself in Alabama. So I'm really appreciative of this bond right here. Last but not least, I got to take credit for all this.
I was waiting for that.
I got to take credit for all this because I was just at home one Sunday, just bored, and I was like, "Yo, you know what? I'm gonna search for Damien. I've been looking for this dude for years. I'm gonna search for Damien one more time." And I searched, and I saw Damien Forbes come. I was like, "Whoa, something came up." I was like, "Tash, look at this picture. Could this be Damien?" And I showed her. She's like, "Message him," as she said. And I was like, "Nah, you message him." So she messaged him. He responded. But he kept ducking me for days. If I could tell you why he ducked me for days, he didn't want to get on camera. He didn't have a haircut. But the funny thing is, I was doing the same thing too because I didn't have a haircut. When he got a haircut, I didn't have a haircut. So I was like, "Yo, you gotta wait till I get a haircut." By the time I got a haircut, his hair grew back. So we didn't talk. We did a video call for a minute. Man, but yeah, I'm happy to be here. I hope this is not the last time we meet like this. I hope we continue meeting like this and not meet, Jamaicans only meet when there's a tragedy.
Yeah.
I hope we continue meeting like this. I love it here. I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me on this podcast. Thanks for welcoming me to your homes. I appreciate it.
Yes. So, because it's Talk with Clads. So, I'll do my quick first impression and then we can talk about other things. So, my first impression, and just being honest and authentic, because this is Talk with Clads, was I always knew that my dad was someone who believed in, sowing his seed. So, whenever I heard of a Forbes or another Forbes, I was like, all right, just another person that he probably just, had. Just got whatever. So Sharna, I will say Sharna's been pretty consistent and following up and trying to reach out to me. But I don't know if mentally I was there to receive what she was putting out. So it just came across as, okay, I have one sister that I grew up with. I'm going to stick to what I know. So that's really how I felt initially. And so that's probably why I was a little bit standoffish. So me and Max text for many years and never really picked up the phone, which is kind of crazy that we just did that. Tashawn I spoke to, and then I just kind of ghosted you for no reason, like no valid reason. But I don't even know why I answered your FaceTime. Like when she FaceTimed me, I was like, I don't even know what. It was just the right time, right energy, right space, and it just happened. I was like, oh, what kind of people FaceTime people just so? And then also, Damien loves to FaceTime. Like, I'll call you on the phone, he doesn't answer, and then he WhatsApp you FaceTime. I was like, well, what is this? You can't pick up the phone and just talk? Like, you don't know if I'm in my right face or whatever. And then now he's gotten me in the habit of, I don't even call people anymore. I just FaceTime them. Yeah. Like, what's up? Because it's just like you just build that bond. But my first impression, because I know of Shernet. I see you. We're Facebook friends. But I always knew you existed, but I've never met you. Like, this is my first time meeting my big sister. Damien I met maybe a month ago, but through Shernet. And Tosh, I think really since we were kids. Like, I have memories of you guys, and I've seen your Facebook, but I never really knew you. So this for me is like a first. So I just am saying I'm enjoying the moment and just soaking it in and just saying, okay, I am just taking in all the personalities. I'm like, Max, I know you guys think I'm talkative and stuff because I'm very introverted, believe it or not. But it is just, like, wow, like, how could I have just missed out on so many years? I have big brothers. So, no, me are the bigger one. So, no, I have big younger brothers because you guys are so tall. So now you can beat my husband's butt whenever he messes up. You know what I mean? I always wanted big brothers. I'm not gonna lie to you about that one. But it was just my first impression of everyone was, man, I just missed out on so many years that we could be making memories. You know what I mean? So happy that we're here. And I know that everyone is doing something different. I remember like reading something because Tashana, believe it or not, is a bus driver, not like a small bus, but a big bus. So I remember seeing Tashana, was it on like a television interview? So I'll see little little snippets here and there, and I'm like Max's Instagram friend. And I don't want to leave out Fabian because we do have another brother that's not here right now because he couldn't make it, but at one point we'll grab him on the podcast because it's really a journey for all of us, right? And just navigating this new path that even though our experiences are all different with our dad, nonetheless, it's an experience that got us here today. So I want to ask all of you, because we all have different memories. And I'd say dig deep if you don't have the best memories. Because I'm not, I just want us, like, what's like one of the best childhood memories that you may have, not necessarily, it could be with our father, if it's not with our father, but with one of us, because I wasn't in it, in the mix. So I'm like studying right now. I want to learn everything. I want to just soak up all of you. You know what I mean? So you're like, oh, she nosy. Yes, I am nosy because I'm learning about you. So, anyone, I'm not going to pick on any particular person, but like what's one fun memory that you can share with us that we were not there to like?
Okay, let me go first. Toshana here. I remember when Daddy used to, Mom was away, so, my hair had to be combed to go to school. It was actually basic school. Daddy used to comb my hair, and as I reached into school, the teacher would take me one side, and I had to comb it over because it never stay good. So, yeah, that was one, one that I remember actually.
All right. It doesn't have to be with the dad. It could be, you and Shernet.
All right, I got a couple memories I want to share. Two quick memories. This is Adrian. So I remember I think I was about 6, and we were going to National Stadium to watch the World Cup qualifiers.
Yeah.
And it was completely packed. So I think Jamaica was playing against Mexico. So he put me up on his shoulder, and we were just walking through the crowd. So I was like, from then I was already like towering over everybody, just seeing the whole crowd. That one stands out. Also, I remember when he used to, take me on a bike, on his police bike to school. Yeah. That was pretty cool. I was gonna say dope, but yeah, that was nice. I'll never forget those. There are a few more memories, but those two really, really, really stand out.
Have a mic.
Oh, go ahead.
One of the good memories, and I think this is the only memory I have with my dad as a good memories was like, are you hearing me? Mm-hmm. I remember when his friends, used to come around, and he would just look at me and said, "That's my pretty daughter." And at the time, I think that was the most beautiful.
That you felt?
That was the most beautiful thing I felt. Because he always brag about his pretty daughter. Yeah.
Oh. Well, tearjerker.
Yeah. I love to cry.
Clearly, I am learning that.
Yeah.
So I am going to move on since not everyone grabbed the mic on that one. But I will say I do have mixed. I have, I'm not. I'd say dad, father. Some people may even call him something else. I had mix. So I'll pull a good one. So when I passed for common entrance, because in Jamaica, common entrance is you have to test to go to a high school, versus here you just go to high school. In America, you just transition. So he bought the paper and he did not see my name. So I remember him being so anxious because he wanted to, like make sure that his daughter passed because he loved to brag. Like he's definitely very boastful. And I remember him coming over and my mom showing him my name and just the smile on his face just to say, "Yo, that's my girl." So that's one positive memory that I have. But I'm going to keep it moving on because no more tears. So as we've blossomed into adults and we've journeyed with our spouses. I've met Sega. I haven't met Adrian's other half as yet, or Tashana's or Sherna. And Sherna, we're on the market, but
Yeah, I'm on the
Rich,
market.
she'll look, yeah.
Money.
All right. So,
Rich is first. I'm with it.
so Damien, like, tell us, because I know you're an entrepreneur. So what have you been up to? Like, what's your line of business right now?
Well, right now I'm doing an Amazon warehouse where we're moving different replenishable goods as far as anything from drinks to to food to soap to whatever. But we're moving large quantity bulks, meaning 40,000, 50,000 units per month. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. I've had experiences with a whole bunch of different businesses, as you know,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Speaking to Damien, it sounds like he's done like every single type of business.
Yeah,
He's
some
always
was successful
trying.
and some, was not so successful.
But you know what? That's life,
Exactly.
right? So not everything's good. But I know you have a new product out, right?
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, my product is it's a 6-in-1 scissors for kitchen.
Okay.
So basically, you can use it to cut vegetables, fruits, stuff. And yeah, it's also like a knife. You could turn it into a knife. Kadianne used it before.
Great product. That's why I'm like, plug your business, bro. Plug your business.
Yeah.
So great products from Forbes Premier.
Forbes Premier, yeah.
Right.
That's my company.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also do export. So that's another thing that we're branching out.
Okay, very good. And Tosh, I mentioned before that you were a great, I don't even know how you drive that size bus or whatever. That's what So, and Adrian, 6'9" basketball player. So, of everything that you're doing, and this is for everyone, like, what would you say is your passion?
My passion is simple. Real estate. I love to do real estate. This is Damien Forbes, by the way. So I love real estate. I love nice properties. I love to design them. I love to build them. Everything with real estate, I love to do.
Okay.
So.
Sure, Nick.
Well, I don't even know if I have a passion. My passion is to make sure that my kids are okay. They're on the right path. I didn't get the support I should have. So I don't have a strong backative beside me. So I'm the strongest one. So I don't really have a passion.
Your passion is your family.
My passion is to just make sure my kids are okay.
Yeah, she's the one that reached out. Your passion is your family.
Yeah.
So don't take that away. So, and then Tosh, what would you say is your passion?
Oh, my passion is making money.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I just want to make some money. I just want,
That's about that, man.
Yeah. Well, as long as it's ethical, legal, and not
legal,
immoral.
Yes. No.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
illegal money.
We cried too much.
All right.
Yes, and another passion is my family. This is good what's going on right here. Yes, I really appreciate what is going on. The support, morally, spiritually, mentally.
Yeah.
Yes, that's my passion right now.
And Max, what would you say is your passion?
This one is foreseen, but my passion is definitely basketball. It took a lot of pain away from the real world for me. So it's definitely basketball. Whenever there's a lot going on, I could just go in the gym and I could drown my sorrows out.
Yeah.
So it's definitely basketball. It's crazy how I got started too. I got started because, all right, so let me give you a quick story. That is the reason I started playing basketball too.
Oh, that's interesting.
Right? He's always been a basketball and Michael Jordan fan, but I played football when he was alive. Now, when he died, I had just stopped playing football, but the house was so lonely. I used to sit outside. My friends used to play basketball, but they play on the street. So one day they saw me sitting out there, just in daze, like just looking in space, and they're like, "Yo, Max, why not come play with us?" And I was like, "Okay, let me go see what it's about." And I started playing, and then I went to school. I started playing at school, and I was like, "Okay." And then I started playing for long hours because I didn't want to go home because the house was so sad and so lonely and so empty. So I realized like playing basketball, it really makes me feel during that period. It made me feel happy because I was around friends and there was no worries in the world. So because I spent so much time playing basketball, over time it became a passion. And I realized I was getting good at it so quickly because I was just focusing on basketball. I was just doing basketball every day for hours, for long hours, just to not go home. And I'm happy that I did it. I wish Dad was here to see me play because he was a basketball fan.
Yeah.
But a couple of years ago, I went back to the grave and I was talking about it. I was telling him like, "Yo, I'm a basketball player now." I was just there talking about. I'm sure they'd think I'm insane because I was talking to myself, but I had to let him know. So that's my little story.
Oh, wow. So then one of the things that you just brought up is influence. So for this is for everyone, my siblings. What would you say are I'll say three, like what are the who have been the three most influential people in your life? And it doesn't have to be three. We can do or 1 to 3. How about that?
All right, I'll go first. My dad is one for sure. My other big brother, Jeff, he's on my mom's side. Because he stepped in when Dad died, and he's been like a father figure for me. So he's been pretty influential. Who else? I want to say myself.
First of all,
I want to say myself.
Talk about confidence.
I want to say myself. I gotta give myself some props in it because I really I've been through it and I stayed the course and I'll continue to stay in the course. Because I still believe I have a lot more to achieve. So I give myself props for really staying level headed and going after it.
All right, Tosh.
No,
Sharnette.
Tell him to talk. I would say my kids. My kids keep me going, because without them, I wouldn't have done what I done. I wouldn't have been here, so I give props to my 3 children.
Oh, that's a good one.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, for me,
yes, sir, Damien.
My most influential person is my mom. Like, it's hands down, like, she instilled everything in me. Hustle, grind, everything. And I definitely got everything from her. Even the mentality of how to love family. You see how much she did for our family, and I just always remember that. Like, you got to do for your family.
Yeah.
The second person is my sister, who was a mentor to me growing up, from buying properties to looking over us till today, even making me lunch to go to work. You know what I mean? And my third person is my
other half,
my beautiful other half over there,
Seika,
who always, no matter what, like, I'm the most temperament person you're gonna meet, but she the only one that knows how to make me like, yo, relax.
Yeah.
Do this, do that. Yeah, so that's definitely the 3 most influential person I've met in my life. Yeah.
Don't we love it when a man can give a woman.
Oh.
Props.
Yo, you said a phrase the other day that I was laughing because you was like, the man get all the credit and the woman do all the work. I was dying because I be thinking that the whole time. I'm like, people probably look at me, but they don't understand without that foundation there, none of this happening.
What's in the work?
Nothing's happening. So
yeah,
I give her props, but don't get her head too big.
Yeah. Trust me, Sega is dying over there. Sega, it's captured. It's captured. It's captured.
Oh yeah, she gave captured. 3 kids.
It's captured. It's captured. Yep. All right, Tosh.
Yes. Well, one first influential person in my life right now. Well, I would say Talia. That's my daughter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she gives me the inspiration to keep going because I want a better life for her, right? Second most is my other big brother, by my mom's side.
And that's Jeff?
Yeah, that's Jeff. Jeffrey. Yes. He's been there from baby. Yes, feed me, put me in nappies, Pampers, feed me cornmeal porridge. Yeah, keep me clean, Yes, he's been there through thick and thin. Yes, and third, my mom. Also want to give her a better life. Yes.
Oh, that's really good to hear. Just to see that you still had that support, and just to give our listeners a little dive in. So, our father passed in 2003?
2003.
Yeah, so around Father's Day, actually.
And Father's Day.
Which is a little bit ironic, based on, with the exception of Max. Because Max, like, your journey has been a lot different than most of us, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to take away anything from that, because that's your journey, you know what I mean? But to have, like, your brother step in and just be there and also provide that, that influence and that positive impact, that's really good. So I'm going to run down my 3. So mine is my mom. Like, she showed me that sky's the limit. The confidence is groomed, between me and my little sister. She pushes us. She challenges us to be our best and do our best. And then my second influence is my little sister, because we're so competitive against each other. Like, but she has my back no matter what. So I love my sister. Big shout out to her.
One that's jealous of me.
And yeah, she kind of jealous of Damien, because it's all her getting to, like, why is this person, like, you're taking away my sister's, like, she made me blowing up my phone. Yeah. Because she's not used to sharing me. But that's okay. I think once she comes into the fold, it's like, okay, you know what I mean? So my sister, I am so proud of you and the woman you've become, and big up T. Reed Law, or law offices of T. Reed. I'm going to plug your business because you'll be mad if I don't. So love that. And then my third influence is the person who, apart from my mom and sister and children, it's my husband. Because he pushes me in ways sometimes he knows the right buttons to push to motivate you, whether that be good or bad. But at the end of the day, it has the results that you need. And at the end of the day, he's always in my corner. So big up to Manny, who's the song guide for today. But I'm going to turn it over to you guys, because this is a journey for all of us. So, and I was just winging it, because I'm telling you, I was looking up for family reunion questions and there was nothing out there, which is kind of strange, because I feel like, unfortunately for the minority community, I think this happens often, but it's just not there. You know what I mean? So I didn't get the questions because I'm freelancing it. So you may hear, my listeners, you may hear some noise in the background. You may hear my husband touching and doing the ad-libs in the background. However, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. What is one question that you thought that I should have asked you today? And I'll start with Damien.
The question you missed was, what would your father think of you today? That's the question.
Okay, so I'll answer first. our journeys have been different, so I think he'd be proud. I think, well, I was not in his household. I said I wasn't gonna go deep for a reason, because at the age of 40, I learned some stuff where it was like, wow, mind blowing. But surface level, based on who I knew him to be, I would say this. I think he would be proud. He always, whenever I was exposed to my dad, he always had this sense of pride whenever I came around or whenever he was around me. So I get the pretty comment, because he just always was showing me off to him. And he's like, look at my daughter, look how she look, which means look at my daughter. This is how she looks, beautiful. Those kind of comments. So I think he would be proud. And in all honesty, regardless if he was there or not for all of us, whether he played a part or not, I think he would be proud of all of us. And he would probably take credit too.
He would.
All right, Shernette. So what's a question you think I should have asked?
I don't think there's a question. I just think that he would be proud and then he would be sorry. And I'm not sure if he would apologize for what he did to us. You know what I mean? But I think deep down inside, because he's so proud, I think he's too proud to say, I'm sorry, to apologetic. You know what I mean? So I know he would be proud, but I don't think he would say it.
All right. What's one question that you think I should have asked you today, Tosh?
I think you covered all the questions.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, I think you covered all questions. I don't think there is any specific or special questions that you have left out.
Interesting, because there was a lot of questions that I didn't ask.
Yeah.
So, boy, you're keeping it.
There's a lot that you didn't ask.
As she said earlier, she don't want to go too deep.
Yeah, I think right now, for me, why I am purposefully, for my listeners, not choosing to go do a deep dive on history and everything, because we're getting to know each other. And I don't want to taint anyone's memory of what their experience was. But what we're doing is that we're creating new memories. So we're using the past to learn from it and then use the present to create our own history. So I don't want this podcast, while we are Forbes, whether my name has changed or not, to be about the history of the Forbes, right? This is about us creating new memories as the Forbes sibling. So as I said to Shernette today, this is our time to write the present, and not let us use yesterday for tomorrow. So that's why I'm not doing a deep dive. I just want us now to create fresh memories with our families, and so that our children, when they look back, they can go, okay, you know what? I can call Uncle Damien, I can call Uncle Max, and we're not separated. So, Adrian, what's the question you think I should ask?
So surface level, I think you covered the general stuff. As you said, we're not trying to get too deep because we're trying to create new memories. We're not going backwards. We're living in the future, in the present and the future, and we're building for the future. In life comes with the good and the bad. So of course we're going to have good things to say about Dad, and we're going to have bad things to say about him just the same. But right now, it's good that we're focused on the good things. We already understand the foundation that was laid. We understand the genes that he left. So I think that's enough ingredients to focus on the future and to focus on the present and build a better future for our kids, for the next generation. So I think you pretty much covered the basic stuff.
All right. So where can my listeners, if they want to hear about or follow you on Forbes Premiere? I'm going to have Sega plug your business at this point.
Social media is not for me.
Right. So, Adrian, where can they follow you?
You can find me on Facebook at Adrian Forbes, or you can find me on Instagram at at a.boogie_7.
A.boogie?
A.boogie_7. That's my Instagram.
That's your Instagram? I didn't know that.
Okay. Tosh, where can our listeners follow you?
Oh, you guys can follow me on Facebook at f.tashana@yahoo.com. Yeah.
That's an email.
All right. And this is only if you're open to new followers and you want to build. So, Shernet.
I don't think I have one. I have Instagram. I never set it up. My son always do my thing. I have Facebook though. sforbeswicker@yahoo.com. That's the only thing I have.
So everyone, I will tag their social media. I will tag their.
Don't follow me.
I will tag their social media. I will put a link to Forbes Premiere on Amazon.
Yeah.
So you can see that all multi-purpose scissors that Damien has, which is great for your household. And as I said, this for us listeners, this is a journey. This podcast is not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this podcast, follow us on Instagram on #CladsResources, on Facebook, #CladsResources, on Twitter, #CladsResources, or www.cladsresources.com. And remember to come and talk with Clads. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for listening. Find us on social media at Clads Resources and online at www.cladsresources.com. Our planner, Footsteps to My Vision, is also located on our website or on Facebook, Instagram, or Amazon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and check back weekly for new episodes. Until next time, keep creating your footpath to your vision.